Jennings has been fervently delivering sermons, stressing that complete devotion to God is crucial. He presents it as a stark choice: obey God's will to attain heaven or face the consequences of hell.
No concern of being celebrities, so therefore they try their best to blend in with the sinner.
He presents alleged photos of T.D. Jakes at a Puff Daddy party, hinting that he's familiar with what happens at Diddy's gatherings, and criticizes the bishop for being present during suggestive dancing. In his view, spirituality is absent in such an environment.
If any man shall add unto these things.
Preachers that's trying to water down the reality of God.
That's right.
Think because you're rich,
That's right.
you're going to get away with ignoring what God said?
Gino Jennings, the leader of the religious movement, confronts T.D. Jakes head-on, using his bold preaching style to address issues like same-sex relationships. Jennings doesn't shy away from criticizing Jakes for his association with P. Diddy and his attendance at the music mogul's parties. This controversy, which caused quite a stir in the community, seems to have provoked Jennings' fiery sermons. In response, Jakes sent Jennings an email expressing his disapproval and hinting at serious repercussions. Some insiders suggest that Jakes even considered asking regulators to shut down Jennings' program in an effort to protect his reputation. Undeterred, Jennings boldly challenges Jakes to a public debate where they can openly discuss their differences.
You cannot say you're saved and you're making music with rappers and entertainers.
Speaking to his congregation, Jakes dismisses the accusations of engaging in frivolous pursuits. He acknowledges his flaws, but emphasizes the need to move on and avoid getting entangled in false rumors, confidently stating, "I know who I am." "I didn't come here to convince you or anyone else," he continued, implying that he doesn't feel the need to explain himself. His purpose is clear: people can believe what they want. However, it's evident that tensions between Jennings and Jakes are rising, fueled by their differing approaches to preaching and public speaking. Jennings appears to believe that Jakes had no business attending Diddy's parties, as it raises questions about his morality and religious integrity. Rumors of secret plots and attempts to silence Jennings due to his divisive opinions are swirling, but this isn't new territory. If Diddy is involved, and it seems the pastor will pay a heavy price for speaking out, then there's more going on behind the scenes than most realize. For the public, this serves as an educational opportunity. Despite both pastors standing firm in their beliefs, the public eagerly anticipates the upcoming debate, hoping it will clarify their underlying differences. As the narrative unfolds, it appears that yet another prominent figure is on the brink of losing public trust entirely. The drama intensifies with each encounter, capturing public interest and fueling scrutiny of the actions and ethics of these well-known individuals. The conflict transcends a mere disagreement between two people and their personal opinions. It evolves into a battleground for divergent viewpoints and a moral reckoning. As the so-called searcher becomes increasingly obsessed with appearances, they inadvertently come into the spotlight, becoming visible to the transgressor. Yet, many continue to dismiss these stories as the idle chatter of those too young to fully understand the situation. Jakes appears confident in his level of protection, seemingly unconcerned about being exposed. If everything were as it seems, the worst-case scenario would be that he'd need to genuinely repent. After all, he believes that any sin can be atoned for by the blood. This is not something he feels guilty about. The blood would make things right. On December 18, a hard-hitting news segment went viral, spreading accusations that Jake was seen behaving oddly, dating people of the same gender and going out. Jake addressed his church with fervor, stressing that he would preach the truth rather than defend lies. The so-called churchgoers, now overly focused on appearances, found themselves in the public eye. "What you believe matters not to me. You're free to think whatever you like. I came to finish my work," Jakes declared. Despite the backlash, Jake remained steadfast, insisting he had nothing to hide. He reiterated this to his congregation, refusing to use his position to perpetuate falsehoods. But it seems that his stance has only deepened public suspicion. As someone once said,
Because the so-called churchgoer is now too concerned how he and she look. Thank God in the eyes of the sinner.
In an effort to protect the pastor's reputation and deflect attention from an increasingly serious situation, his public relations team has strongly denied the allegations, calling them unfounded. I offer prayers for everyone in the church and online who may have felt that I took on more than I could handle. If these allegations against T.D. Jakes were to become public, it could seriously damage his reputation as a religious leader, potentially undermining his moral authority and causing people to lose faith in him. The association with Diddy, especially given the numerous lawsuits he currently faces, is particularly concerning. Should more details about T.D. Jakes come to light, it could discourage members of the congregation and shake their faith in the group's value. Bishop is the only one whose life is truly at risk. Jennings, a devout man, understands the potential consequences if the storm intensifies. He believes that those who sin will eventually be exposed by Bedraggle's reputation, a religious leader who mingles with the elite. After all, God has never sent a servant to associate with the likes of you. These events influence public perception of religion far beyond the specific group involved. Accusations against religious authorities can deepen the public's mistrust of organized religion, reinforcing negative stereotypes and potentially leading to widespread skepticism. This erosion of trust may permanently tarnish the reputation of religious groups. It could also result in reduced religious participation and hesitancy to engage with spiritual communities. Victims of the alleged misconduct might experience deep psychological and emotional harm, along with feelings of betrayal, disillusionment, and increased difficulty in trusting society.